He has been taking a beating from the public over his voting rights proposal for non-U.S. citizens. Now, the mayor of New Haven is getting bashed by members of his very own political party.
Top Democrats are telling him to back off on this controversial issue. News 8's chief Capitol correspondent Mark Davis is following today's developments live from the Hartford newsroom. Mark.
Hi, Ann and Keith. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Most Democrats at the state capitol last year enthusiastically supported the proposal that became law that allows the children of illegals to go to state schools for in-state tuition. But voting, that's another matter. The Democratic governor, Daniel Malloy, the Democratic Speaker of the House, Chris Donovan, and the Democratic Majority Leader of the state Senate, Martin Looney, are all telling Democratic Mayor John DeStefano to forget about it. Earlier this week, Governor Malloy told me that he was not comfortable with DeStefano's proposal. Today, he was even more standoffish to the idea.
I'm doing my best to honor a willingness to hear other ideas, but nothing I've read or heard thus far would convince me to support such a law.
Republicans in the General Assembly are champing at the bit in hopes that any Democrat would introduce this idea.
I'd like to see some Democrats come out in favor of it because I think it would put them in a very bad shape for the elections.
If you've come to this country in violation of the rule of law, nothing could be more offensive than to grant you the privilege that American soldiers have fought and died to protect.
But perhaps most telling for the New Haven mayor is that State Senate Majority Leader Martin Looney, the most prominent state legislator from New Haven, says no thanks.
That is probably a non-starter, won't get any traction in the current session, which is a short session.
I believe that as well. There are more serious issues we're facing, and also I think we need a broad immigration policy, and this idea just won't fly.
For one thing, it may actually require a constitutional amendment rather than a mere statutory change
from
the state constitution in order to do something like that.
And that is only done for very, very popular moves, like when the voting age was lowered to 18 during the Vietnam War, when 18-year-olds were drafted but couldn't vote. Interesting point. Connecticut already has a law on the books, it's been on the books for many, many years, that allows non-U.S. citizens who are here legally and who own $1,000 or more in property, like a home or something like that, to vote in budget elections and referendums in their cities and towns. No one at the state capitol thinks Connecticut should go any further than that. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.